Alright, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today video is about how you want to do your business pitching. So basically within the assignment deadline, I asked you to do there are two videos. So one video is for your 1 minute business pitching. Another video is for the BMC part. Okay. So basically, I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is for 1 minute business pitching. Okay, so this one you can use Google Meet among you if you want, and then use the function of, you can say that if you go to here, insert. Okay, there's a function on insert, and then you click on screen recording. Okay, so when you do your Gmeet, you click here, and then it will screen record for the whole, what you call it, the whole thing lah, the whole thing. Okay, so basically you need to open your PowerPoint first, and then you do screen recording. Okay, the video will come inside here, so basically like this. Okay, you want to do screen recording. Alright, you select area, for example around here, you drag, example, you drag here. Okay, and then you click record. Okay, you click record. I will start to count down. Okay, for example, you say lah, okay, this is 1 minute business pitching as whatsoever. Make sure that all your face inside there lah. You can actually send someone, one person or two person, to be the representative. Okay, so if you want to stop your recording, you just drag your mouse at the top of your laptop, and then there is a function there, and then you click stop. Okay, so the video will be inside here lah. The video will be inside here. So what you need to do is, after you're done with your recording, you just click on file. You just click file, and then you save as, or you save as MP4 file. So MP4 here, MPEG for video, and then you save it as, you save lah somewhere. Okay, so basically the video will be inside your PowerPoint. Okay, you can drag around this video you want to open, for example new one, just for the sake of this video only. You just cut, and then you cut and paste. Oh, cannot. So maybe I need to delete this one, and then you save it as it is lah. You save it as it is. So make sure that nothing more lah here. If you are planning to do the Gmeet session, so you need to open the Gmeet first. Okay, make sure everybody comes in. So one person or one of you open your PowerPoint, click on insert and screen recording. So that's how you do the screen recording using PowerPoint. Okay, next is I'm going to go for 1 minute business pitching. So basically when it comes to business pitching, and this one you can use PowerPoint lah, okay, or Gmeet. If you don't know how to use, you can use PowerPoint as well. If let's say the PowerPoint is, I don't know, the version would be my PowerPoint doesn't have the function of putting face, but if your PowerPoint like PowerPoint 365, when you click on screen recording here, there is a function of putting your face, putting your face in there. So you need to put your face, so because the assessor required you to actually put your face. But if you do not know how to put your face, so just use the Gmeet. Okay, when you use the Gmeet, you present like normal, and then you just do it in the video, save it like this. Okay, if you don't understand, you can ask me in the class later on. Okay, so basically for one minute business pitching, what you need to do is you just mention about your business, the name of the business, and what you are doing. Basically just touch on the what you are doing, what kind of product that you are selling, or maybe is there any service. I don't think that our class we have service now. We don't sell any service. I don't think any one of you have service. All is products, so you just tell about what your products, okay, and tell about your product. And then you must actually open your product and business platform. Okay, for example, here Caroline said so basically you can open Instagram. Okay, when you are doing your presentation, you can also open please open your Instagram lah, so that the assessor can see. For example, this one is Entrepreneurship. Okay, so you open your Instagram. So Instagram, you just give the assessor just a quick look lah of your your Instagram looks like. Okay, just for example, you just tell them what kind of product that you are selling by open one ads. That's it. Okay, so make sure that it's just 1 minute. Okay, next is the problem. Okay, for example, here my problem is that talking about chocolates and so on. You're talking about, for example, you are selling mask extender. So the problem is that when you are wearing a mask that have the normal loop, it will be very painful. Okay, so that kind of problem that you need to mention. For example, you want to sell choco jar. Okay, for example, in COVID-19, depression is increasing. People love to eat something. People love to eat chocolate to reduce depression or something. So that's how you do it. Okay, and then the solution should be, the problem should be here, for example, depression. And then you explain lah just a little bit. Okay, because of the COVID-19, depression is actually increasing. So our solution is providing chocolate food for those who love chocolate and trying to reduce the depression and so on, something like that lah. So that's all for 1 minute business pitching. Okay, next I go to the next I go to the BMC. So BMC, you can take your time. But make sure that you are not only presenting only on the BMC. Do go to your Instagram as well. Okay, for example, there are some things that you might need to mention your product in here. Okay, for example, here we have career ball bomboloni, so you can actually go to the Instagram again and show the assessor just a quick look of what you are selling in the Instagram. So Instagram is the #1 channel that you are using for this e-bazaar. Okay. So when it comes to we go to the key partner first. Some of you just put name. Okay, this one is not, it's not true. Okay, so some of you just put name, even don't put like this. Okay, some of you just put directly name, which is okay. It's not wrong. Okay, sorry, it's not wrong, it's right. It's just that when you are doing your BMC presentation, you need to explain what EDC do, what RSD do, what MCS do. Okay, who is Diabetes, what they do, BB Council, what they do, KNMS, what they do, and also this clinic. Okay, just disclaimer, this BMC is not 100% true. This is not 100% true. There are some wrongs in this, so don't follow this. I think you already submit your BMC. No, don't change your BMC when you want to present. Just follow whatever you already edited. Okay, that you already submit to me. Okay, so key activities. So key activities, you try to present it by mentioning about before, during, and after activities. Okay, you mentioned about, okay, before we do our business, we do brainstorming among our group mates. Okay, we also promote, we are going to what you call it, survey for the price first. Okay, but during our business, we promote to the customer through Instagram and also on blah blah blah. So mention before, during, and after. Key resources, you also mention one by one. Who is your group members? Okay, if you can mention about their name, please mention about their name. Okay, because in the 1 minute business pitching, basically you don't have to you don't have to introduce each one of your group member lah. But if you want to introduce, you can do it here. Okay, group member ideas, expertise, and label. You can actually mention about the tasks given to each group member. Okay, saying that I myself, the leader, or maybe the marketing executive. Okay, and my other, you can introduce your friends lah. Okay, and the products, the product shouldn't be included here. The booth also, this one is actually in trade week, not a bazaar, normal bazaar. So basically on the value proposition, you can mention about a little bit on the problem that you already mentioned, the 1 minute business page. Okay, why you come up with this value proposition in order to give the solution for the problem. You can mention the problem because inside here you don't actually mention anything about problem. Okay, so you can actually mention problem a bit and then you come up with the value proposition. Okay, customer relationship also is like that. Okay, for example, you do buy one free one for loyal customer. How loyal your customer is, whether that how your customer can become loyal, what is the required frequent amount of buying from you to make sure that one customer can become a loyal. So you can actually explain to that. Okay, and then if you have that kind of loyal customer giveaway or something like that, the customer segment is very important. It must be very detailed. If you focus on Malaysia, say which part. If let's say you are focusing on only East Malaysia or West Malaysia, so you mention that as well. Okay, and then you can actually present your customer segment by two. Number one is your main target market or main customer. So basically the number one is your main customer. So you mention about what kind of business coverage that you are actually focusing on. Okay, and then number one and number two is actually your core or your sub sorry, not core, sub target market. Okay, sub target. So your sub target market is not your main customer, but you also can actually provide your product to them, to them. So that kind of thing you also need to mention one by one. Your cost structure here, it is advisable for you to mention about how much costs, because inside your BMC you don't mention anything about ringgit, RM, what and what. This is the time that you are mentioning. For example, transportation fuel, basically we spend around 10 ringgit per month or 10 ringgit per week, basically per week lah, because you are doing e-bazaar per month. And then your booth rental, for example, or maybe you are having some sort of what you call it, packaging, how much you spend for one product packaging, okay, cost structure on that, and then for example the raw material, what is the total cost for raw material. So basically when it comes to the BMC presentation, the way you explain it must include the ringgit part. It's just that in BMC you cannot put the ringgit part, okay. So basically like that. The revenue stream, you just mentioned about the delivery charge, how much delivery charge that you charge per product or per person. If you want to charge per product or per area, depends on area. So that one you need to explain. The product sales, for example, after you need to actually mention about how much profit you get for product sale. For example, you sell scarf, so how much you get the profit from it, okay. How much ringgit you get from it. So this is to actually to explain the cost structure as well. This the revenue stream is actually very connected to cost structure, so you do explain them in terms of money ringgit, okay. And inshallah this video will not be shared publicly until the end of the semester, so I will give the video link later on. I upload it inside my YouTube. The link is specifically for the assessor assigned only for that group, okay. Okay, so basically your revenue should be connected to the cost, okay. So this is when you are talking about how do you cut costs, how do you lower your costs. This is when you are talking about how do you gain more profit, whether that your promotion is free or not, how do you cut costs. That is very important as well, okay. Next is the channels. Channel is very important. You can actually go back to your Instagram if you want, okay, and then say that this is our channel and so on, okay. And then you're also doing WhatsApp poster, both no need lah, this one is actually on the Real Bazaar. So basically this is what it is lah when it comes to presenting your BMC, okay. Let me go through some of the BMC, okay. This one is the bullet one. Okay, in cost structure here you can see that this group say about fixed and variable. If you want to mention about fixed and variable also can, but it's not necessary lah, okay. If you are very confident that it's actually a fixed and a variable cost, so you mention lah, okay. When it comes to capital also, for example in key resources, you mention lah how much capital that you put each member, okay. This is a very secretive presentation. I won't actually open it public, but only the 1 minute business pitch only I open public, okay. But BMC is not open to public until at the end of the semester, then I open to public, okay. Meaning I open to public to see through my YouTube, okay. So basically this one, is there anything else? Okay, delivery charge, okay, extra charge. So this one you need to mention about what kind of postage that you are using, maybe post laju, and why you use post laju among other delivery company, something like that, So you can also mention that if you have both, for example, charge here in cost structure and also revenue stream, you also need to mention that charge here is actually based on supplier delivery. They charge you, so should be under the cost structure lah. But when it comes to revenue stream, you charge your customer on the delivery part. Okay, let me go through. This is all your seniors BMC. This one is takoyaki. For example, raw material, you can actually also mention when it comes to, for example, what kind of raw material that you are buying, flour, something like that. Be very specific when it comes to your BMC, but don't go more than 15 minutes lah. Okay, if you want to ask me what is the appropriate time, don't go more than 15 minutes, because I think the assessor will get bored lah. The best is around 10 minutes. Then you can actually really explain what's inside your business model canvas. Okay, if you do have a sales commission, you also need to make sure that you explain about how much commission you give to your agents if you have an agent. Okay, especially if you are doing your dropship, you also need to mention that you are doing drop shipping. Okay, make sure you mention about it in the BMC. Okay, all right. So basically like that lah. Okay, I show you the example of the BMC that is really a real business lah, so that this is not just on the idea generation only. Okay, this is how they do before. Okay, so don't just show your BMC only, go into the Instagram and show them, so that at the same time they can also feel attracted to buy something from you. Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.